Welcome back to Global Weekly Updates. It is Christmas time already. I can't believe it's been a whole year has passed. But do you have questions as, can I visit my family in 2021? Can I come and do business? Or can I invest into Vietnam? Today, I want to share with you a few of the updates on the Vietnam marriage laws, the Border Patrol regulations, and also the COVID update. Let's get started. So yesterday I was working with the Ministry of Justice and they were giving an update on the new marriage laws. New revisions to the law 2020, which allows for a few things, but you got to step back and look at some of the other considerations, such as why did they have the law, how you can become a Vietnamese citizen, and what legal rights will you have. So make sure that you watch one of our other videos on Vietnamese citizenship before you talk about some of these updates. And the new updates are, they will make it a little bit easier to verify your roots to Vietnam, as well as look at the separation between having a passport, a chứng minh nhân dân, which is your national ID and your family book, but not necessarily being a Vietnamese citizen. Because now the Vietnamese government is allowing many non-Vietnamese or non-Vietnamese descent to actually get some of the rights of citizenship, but not actually citizens. So make sure you look at it, make sure you read some of the new laws, and we'll have a posting, including written articles on this new law on citizenship. So we're already in the end of 2020, December now. The Ministry of Health during the conference provided an update on the current COVID situation. And there have been 3 new cases, which are what we call imported cases, because a Vietnam airline stewardess working for the airline had worked outside of Vietnam and brought it back, not knowing that they had COVID, and then they transmitted to 2 other people. But rest assured that the situation is under control because there's already been tracing and also quarantine of those 3 individuals. If the same procedures are still in place, then we are not too worried that the situation will be contained. And thus, Vietnam could possibly open up in Q2 or Q3. So if it's in Q2, we're looking at April, May, or June, where commercial flights will be open. Vietnam will allow others to come in with or without the 14-day quarantine. That information is very exciting. It's very important for our work here in Vietnam and also our international business as well. Yesterday, the Ministry of Public Safety gave some information regarding the new border regulations, who can enter Vietnam, and the type of people and the time of stay that they could in Vietnam, including commercial flights. So one of the most important updates from the Ministry of Public Safety is commercial flights are starting to resume. Japan Airlines, Korean Airlines, Vietnam Airlines, and a few of the other international commercial flights are starting to open up to allow flights into and out of Vietnam. So if you're looking to come into Vietnam for investment purposes or to visit family, now's the time to look at those commercial flights. However, you got to make sure that you have the re-entry permit in order to come into Vietnam, right? That is the right to come in. So the experts can still come in. And if you're an expert and you're only staying for less than 14 days, you can shorten the time period that you're in quarantine, but you need prior approval for that right. Others are the investors, as we talked about before. You're coming in, you need to have a contract, and you need to have a some sort of concrete substantial business and a sponsoring company in order to come in. So those laws are not necessarily new, but the ministry said that they're opening up because they want to stimulate the economy and bring in the investors to come back into Vietnam. Thus, I just want to say that Vietnam is open. Vietnam wants people to come back, and we predict that Q2, around April, Vietnam will be fully open if there are no other new cases of COVID. And it looks like Vietnam's regulating very well. We want to welcome you back to Vietnam. Want to open up business, and I look forward to meeting you in person along with our DG team. If you don't want our marketing assistant to die, then you got to make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and comment below that you really like our marketing assistant to get these great videos. Because if you don't subscribe, we will not have any more marketing videos. Thank you. My name is Ken Duong on behalf of Duong Global, and I'll see you next week.